I've been with DHF for over 10 years now, and I'm currently the chair of the scholarship committee. I believe the foundation has evolved to being one that helps children and teens transition and also provide support in many, many ways as they transition from pediatric to adult care.
From living at home with their parents, with their caregivers, to moving out on their own to school and taking on that self-care also of their diabetes at the same time. It's a lot of transition for them, and we're there at that critical moment.
Passion drives the foundation to ensure that youth living with diabetes have the resources, programs, and recognition to help them succeed through their transition. DHF recognizes and rewards youth for the hard work they put into staying healthy while still accomplishing so much, both academically and in their communities.
Hope comes from the scholarship program in particular, where we really inspire young people to provide us and themselves with the reasons why they should strive for success. And that success is what gives them the hope to reach further, reach higher.
This is an impactful scholarship, and the reward is for not just dealing with diabetes, but challenges in life on top of that, being resilient, being courageous in the face of a chronic disease, as well as allowing them to be rewarded for good diabetes care and good academic care.
I have been celebrated for how hard I tried this. I can keep trying, I can do it again, I could win the day. That's so valuable to myself and to all of the scholarship winners, past and present. I wish that all of the donors would really know how impactful that has been.
It was actually going to, it might have been the 15-year anniversary. I remember just this feeling, being in the room, the reception, and around it, there was all these peers and they were testing. And I thought, wow, it was the first time I felt normal. So there's no more hiding. And so that's what the programs are. I think to me, it's support and empowerment.
Being a part of the Diabetes Hope Foundation community also enabled me to be part of their peer mentorship program. I have a really great peer mentor who reaches out often, and they help to answer lots of questions that I have about both academics and diabetes, which has been amazing.
Hi everyone, this is Heather, one of the Hope Connects program facilitators, and I'm so excited to share with you T1D Campus Connect. It is a social forum on Discord where people share amazing things like pet pictures, general conversations, and challenges which other people have responded with amazing solutions to. We can't wait for you to join.
DHF really fostered this university diabetes clubs community by offering opportunities like the Don't Sugarcoat It series to collaboratively expand our shared mission and resources to support T1Ds on campus. And I love that those connections are still in place several years after we started it. And that's a testament to the kind of high impact advocacy that DHF does.
The Diabetes Hope Foundation has done an amazing job creating a community for youth, including many resources that are available to them to help with a difficult time as they transition from pediatric to adult care.
The work of Diabetes Hope Foundation started with a golf tournament to help raise funds for kids living with type 1 diabetes. Now, 27 years later, the Swing a Hope golf event continues to be an incredible opportunity to help a great cause, along with community programs and resources for transitioning youth living with T1D. We could not have gotten thus far without the continued commitment of our donors, our participants, and volunteers. Thank you, all of you, for believing in DHF.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Diabetes Hope Foundation Scholarship Ceremony. Tonight is a night to celebrate your hard work and future educational endeavors, and we all congratulate you. We're so glad to have you here with us from all over the country. My name's Heather, and I'll be co-hosting the evening with Maddie. Before we begin, I will be sharing a land acknowledgement from Treaty 20, since that is where I'm zooming in from. I respectfully acknowledge that I am on the treaty and traditional territory of the Michisaga Anishinaabeg. We offer our gratitude to the First Nations for their care for and teachings about our earth and our relations. May we honor these teachings. We are fortunate to have recipients, speakers, and supporters joining from all across Canada tonight to celebrate all that this year's recipients have achieved.
Yes, you're totally right, Heather. This is truly an accomplishment to celebrate, both for scholarship recipients as well as for families and friends. Going to post-secondary is in a sense like taking your first steps into the real world on a path that you've chosen. And it's great to be able to get together and show encouragement to each other, as although we all have different backgrounds and stories, we can all relate in some way to the extra challenges that diabetes presents to this transition. The recipients tonight have already demonstrated great initiative, and I know that there are great things ahead for each one of them.
When I received my scholarship in 2021, it made such an incredible impact on my education. But more than that, it introduced me to the community of T1Ds at DHF. I was diagnosed when I was 12 years old, and I didn't really know anybody until 2 years after my diagnosis. I just graduated from my Bachelor of Arts honors at Trent University, and I'll be continuing my education there in the fall in their Bachelor of Education program. During this time, through Diabetes Hope Foundation, I've been able to meet other people with type 1 diabetes who attend Trent and make lasting friendships and connections with them. I've also been a program facilitator with DHF for 2 years and have received countless opportunities to meet and help other people with type 1 diabetes through our programs, such as the Mentorship program and our online forum, T1D Campus Connect. I've also been fortunate enough to collaborate with Rav Samra and Abby Cloth, 2 amazing DHF program facilitators on the Student Transition Planner. This is a guide to everything a student with T1D needs to know before and during their journey in post-secondary education, and we have people linking it in the chat if you would like to visit yourself. It includes information about accessing accommodations, self-advocacy, discussing type 1 diabetes with profs, student health insurance, meal planning on campus, and much more. I know I can speak for all of us when I say that this resource is something that we wished we had before entering post-secondary education, because it addresses so many questions I had and provides the answers for other questions I didn't know I needed to ask. In my other work at Trent University as a programming and resource ambassador, I have connected the Trent Medical Professional Stream with Diabetes Hope Foundation to collaborate on an annual webinar series for Diabetes Awareness Month, involving Dr. Vallis, Heather Miller, myself as a moderator, and members of the DHF community to share their experiences as a patient with type 1 diabetes. Each year, the number of attendees grows, and a new set of students in the medical professional stream who plan on becoming physicians receive the opportunity to raise their awareness of the experiences and unique healthcare needs of patients with type 1 diabetes.
Thanks so much, Heather, for telling us about where you're studying, and also best of luck with education in the future. That's super exciting. And also that sounds like a really cool initiative. So thanks for all the work you do on that. I personally am going into my 4th and final year of a Bachelor of Biology at the King's University in Edmonton, Alberta. And this summer I will be applying to medical school to hopefully at least one day become a physician. I personally received my DHF scholarship in 2022, and there's really no doubt in my mind that this has made a profound impact on my life. The scholarship, of course, supported me in my studies, but like you said, Heather, it actually went so much deeper than this, because it introduced me to the wonderful T1D community here with DHF. The mentorship program especially was really impactful for me, transitioning to university, moving out of a small town into a city, and moving into the adult diabetes clinic as well. Like all those transitions, it was so nice to be able to talk to my mentor about that, and I actually still keep in touch today with my mentor. It also inspired me to become a peer mentor, so I've been doing that for the past 2 years, and I plan to for as long as I can think of, really, because it really just allows building more meaningful connections with other type 1 diabetics like yourself, where you can understand each other on a level that not everyone can. So it's been a really cool experience.
Absolutely. That's so nice to hear. And good luck with your med school applications. It sounds exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, before the ceremony begins, we would like to take this opportunity to thank Barbara Pasternak, the CEO and founder of Diabetes Hope Foundation. Without her, none of this would be possible. She has been a tireless advocate for youth living with type 1 diabetes, and she is the reason we're all here tonight. So please join us in welcoming Barbara to say a few words.
Hi there. Good evening or good afternoon, wherever you happen to be in Canada or in the world. A very special, warm hello, welcome to all our 27th annual Leaders of the Hope Scholarship Awards ceremony. This is actually the first year that DHF is holding two separate scholarship events with the expansion of many winners from across Canada. Today's scholarship recipients represent 21 from a total of 46 national scholarship awarded across Canada this year. Well, we welcome you and we celebrate your tremendous success today and proudly introduce all as our new members to our DHF family. It's with immense joy that we came together to celebrate such outstanding youth. We're giving you a big round of applause to our scholarship recipients, and each one of you represents a story of resilience, determination, and unwavering spirit to conquer any challenge that comes your way. We are honored to stand alongside you as you embark on the next step of your journey. Your dedication and perseverance have paid off, and now it's time to celebrate your amazing accomplishments. You have triumphed despite steep odds. You have found your footing. You have discovered your own strength, and you know who you are and you aspire to become. Today, we celebrate all of our scholarship recipients who are here on our video. While the journey ahead might have some hiccups that determine that has led you this far, we'll continue to push them ever forward. I wish you every success life has to offer, and I hope that you will tap into your mentors, approach our support teams, keep in touch, and you know we'll always be welcome here with a special place in our hearts. And let's not forget those unsung heroes on the video. I hope the parents are on. The parents, the guardian family members who've supported our scholarship recipients throughout their diabetes and academic journey. You have listened to countless complaints about difficult assignments, endure late night meltdowns and lows with your unconditional support and love. You have made all the difference. Today, we celebrate not only the achievement of our scholarship recipients, but also the collective efforts of our community, including our board of directors, our scholarship advisory board, the healthcare teams, DHF stakeholders, our precious alumni, and our tremendous DHF team who have enabled DHF to make a difference in the lives of so many families over the last 27 years. As I always say, it takes a village, and I like to acknowledge the dedicated individuals who have been driving the force behind our organization. I'd like to begin by formally acknowledging our dedicated board of directors who volunteer their time and expertise and passion to ensure we grow, and we grow with health, and we grow with proudness. I'd like to also acknowledge and recognize Dr. Angela Simone, chair of the scholarship program. He's truly our strength and guidance for our scholarship program. His vision and execution are clear and focused, and with his critical thinking and calm, analytical approach, he helps the committee make exceedingly tough decisions. It's not just his skill and expertise that make him exceptional. It's his patience and understanding that sets him apart, and understanding and empathizing with our youth and the challenges they face on a day-to-day basis. We are truly blessed to have him as our leader. To our Scholarship Advisory Committee, which, by the way, 55% of whom are DHF alumni, which is unbelievable. Thank you for your time and effort that you put into reviewing and reflecting our applicants. Your sensitive but tough decisions every year are the heart and soul of the process. Dedicated support for fairness, impartiality, and equality. You have been true champions for the students and advocates for the foundation, seeking our fairness for our students, maintaining integrity. My heartfelt gratitude also goes to Anita Nardella, who has worked tirelessly alongside me for over 18 years. Anita, your grit, patience, and unwavering commitment have made a lasting impact, and we are truly grateful for all that you do. Heather, Thank you for your calm and engaging energy, along with your lived experience, has successfully opened the doors for the many older and newer alumni to join, participate, and actively create and execute innovative programs across Canada. Thank you, Heather, for all you do. And for over 20 years, Karen Higginson has been involved in the foundation alongside with her family. She's responsible for the phenomenal website. It works along with Nathaniel to ensure our social media is impactful and relevant. Speaking of whom, I also want to acknowledge Nathaniel Kingan and Rab Samra, who bring tremendous energy and creative talent to the team, supporting our Free to Be, Pep Talks, and Hope Connects program. In addition to our DHF family, I'm so proud of the dedication and inspiration we receive from the DHF alumni. In a world where support and assistance are invaluable, our volunteers are truly the heart and soul of the foundation. Their efforts and unwavering dedication have propelled our foundation forward, ensuring that our mission of creating positive change is truly realized. It's certainly a dream come true seeing how our scholarship alumni are paying it forward. And I want to say a special thank you to Abby Cloth and Heather Cadigan, who have been creating and executing the frontline work to support the Hope Connects program. And of course, a special thank you to our alumni guests today, who will be sharing their stories and demonstrating their commitment and passion for paying it forward. Let's all continue to expand the circle of hope, reaching out to those who may need support in their journey with diabetes. Just a little fun fact. Today, we celebrate 989 scholarships given to 989 amazing youth. Next year, we will be giving out our 1,000th scholarship to one lucky youth. Big party year next year, so stay tuned. A few parting words to this year's scholarships. Go ahead, jump out there, find your calling, find your voice, and make your tools and guidance. You will make the wisest choice. Congratulations, graduates. You've been tested, you've won. Go grab what's next and rock the world. Your journey's just begun. So now it's my honor to invite Dr. Angela Simone to the stage. As a pediatric endocrinologist with Trillium Health Partners, a director on our board and the chair of our Scholarship Advisory Committee, Dr. Simone understands the importance of recognizing and celebrating the demanding work youth put into their diabetes management while also being leaders in the communities. Angela, take it away.
Thank you, Barbara, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. It's truly an honor to be part of this organization. I'm chair of the Scholarship Advisory Committee, but as Barb mentioned, this is a group of individuals. It's not a one-person operation, and it's wonderful to know that over half of our committee now comprises of alumni, meaning prior recipients. So the first message to all the recipients this evening is please do not forget about us when it comes time to not only donate to our organization, but to participate. There's always room for you, and the Scholarship Advisory Committee is a wonderful way to become part of our organization and pay it forward. I'm just going to review a few slides that we put together outlining our objectives. As you know, this is really the core of our organization. This is where it all started, where Barb started 25 years ago, thinking about how we can reward courage and resilience, academic excellence, and good metabolic control in individuals as they transition to adult care. So the scholarship program objectives include to, first of all, reward and provide financial assistance to young adults transitioning to post-secondary education, to encourage and identify future leaders in our community, individuals who have demonstrated active volunteerism and leadership, and to identify youth who achieve success in not only their diabetes care, but who have been a role model for other individuals living with diabetes. This is to provide youth in transition with information and resources as they transition from pediatric to adult diabetes care. In terms of where we are, as Barb mentioned, we are close to that 1,000th mark. We will get there next year, so it will be a landmark year, 2026. We look forward to that. This year, the bulk of our recipients have been from Ontario. We had a wonderful party just last Sunday where we were able to award in person a number of our recipients. But over the years, DHF has become a national scholarship. We have individuals who have received scholarships from every province and territory. We have awarded over the years, the majority in Ontario, but as you can see, increasing numbers from everywhere from British Columbia to the territories. This year, 2025, we reviewed 172 applications. The Scholarship Advisory Committee had a lot of work, and I really want to take this opportunity to thank them. This is volunteer work. This is tedious work. They do it with love and passion. It takes a lot to review these scholarships and to be really diligent and careful as we score them. Out of the 172 applications, we were able to award 46 scholarships from across Canada. These were individuals like yourselves who demonstrated strong academics, community leadership, transition preparedness, resilience. And I have to say, many times we were rewarding individuals who really touched every member of our committee in terms of how courageous they've been in managing their diabetes, at the same time taking care of themselves and their family and their community. These recipients will be studying across a variety of fields with career goals as divergent as medicine, business, teaching, and really everything in between. Barb mentioned the Circle of Hope. This is how the DHF will continue. This is how we will survive. This is how we will carry on as an organization. We really are appealing to you, the future, the current recipients, but the future alumni. Now that you are an award recipient, you are part of the DHF family. So as a volunteer-led organization, we need you and your participation. This is the way that you can pay it forward. There are many ways you can become involved. As mentioned, the Scholarship Advisory Committee is only one of many. We have support programs such as Hope Connects. We have mentor and mentee opportunities. So this is an opportunity for you to remain involved in the family of the DHF. On behalf of the Scholarship Advisory Committee, I want to congratulate all the recipients this evening. I wish you the very best in your future endeavors. And if there's anything that any of you ever need, if there are questions, absolutely, you know how to reach out to us. You will always be welcomed. Emails, calls, as Barb mentioned, you're now part of our family, and there's really no question that's too silly in the future. If there's anything that any of you need, please do not hesitate to contact either the organization or myself directly through the Scholarship Advisory Committee. And once again, to all of you, congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Simone, for sharing your insights into the impact of the program. It's amazing to see the dedication of the Scholarship Advisory Committee and hear about how you've led that work through your passion and expertise. Now please welcome my fellow DHF Program Facilitator, Rav, who will be sharing her experiences with type 1 diabetes and how Diabetes Hope Foundation has played a role in expanding her community.
Hi everyone, my name is Rav, and I am so thrilled to be here with everyone today. Now, I've been involved with DHF for a very long time, and since receiving my scholarship in 2013, I've worn many hats with the organization. So think about mentorship, being a panelist, program developer and facilitator, and as a member of the Scholarship Advisory Committee. It was truly such a joy reading everybody's applications. This year, your stories and aspirations were inspiring and also a powerful reminder of the talent, resilience, and dedication you all bring to the table. So thank you for sharing a part of your journey with us. It was an honor to learn more about each and every one of you. Now, my own diabetes story started when I was 2 years old, and not to brag, but I'm the only person in my very big family with type 1. And growing up without knowing anybody with type 1 was challenging and lonely, and I longed to meet others with type 1, and truth be told, I didn't meet anybody with type 1 until I got my scholarship. It took me a really long time to be okay with my diagnosis and what it means to have diabetes, and when I met other scholarship recipients at my own ceremony, we created this beautiful symphony of pen clicks and pump alarms, and there was a part of me that was unlocked. I could take up space in public settings and conversations without my diabetes holding me back. Now, one reason I've remained so connected with DHF after all this time is because of all the wonderful diabetes I've met. We can bond over the stigma we've experienced in a safe space where we can learn and talk about our stories without any judgment. And it's wonderful watching my mentees step into their own journeys and grow into who they're meant to be. Through my work at DHF, I've been lucky enough to meet so many buddies. Through every challenge and every win, we show up for each other, cheering each other on with a spare juice box in hand. DHF has given me a platform to talk about diabetes in ways that aren't usually talked about. So think about how diabetes intersects with culture, religion, other chronic illnesses, relationships, and so on. Whether it's through mentoring, sitting on webinar panels, writing for our community blog, or taking part in the T1D community arts programming, I encourage you to take a look at our programming and resources because it's created by folks who have diabetes and know what it's like to be in your shoes. For a long time, I wanted to put together a diabetes-related zine, so a small collection of stories and art around a theme that deals with diabetes, and last year, in my role with DHF, we made it happen. So far, we've released 2 zines, one on stigma and the other on support, with the help of folks from the DHF community all across Canada. This project has brought people together to talk about topics that aren't often addressed, and it's a great way to get your stories out there and to learn from and lean on each other. So if you want to participate in any upcoming zines, please let me know. We would love to share the space with you. And if you have an idea for starting something new, please reach out to Heather Miller and we will work with you to make it happen. Like everybody here, diabetes has impacted my life, and it always will. Through the literal highs and lows, I've learned how to talk about my diabetes and these other details without sacrificing my individuality. I enjoy helping others, and that's why I'm here. So remember that no matter where you are in your personal and academic journeys, whenever you are ready, DHF is here to support you in your journey. Thank you.
Thanks, Rav, for your insight and honesty. It's always so powerful to hear these real-life experiences.
Yes, thank you so much. The next thing is we're going to move on to the official ceremony portion of the evening. So we'd like to welcome Matthew and Catherine, who will be introducing this year's scholarship recipients.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matt. I received my scholarship back in 2009. I'm a high school teacher with the Rainbow Board in Sudbury.
And I'm Catherine, and I received my scholarship back in 2018. I'm currently in law school at the University of Windsor. Both Matt and I are members of the DHF Scholarship Advisory Committee, along with Rav, and we had the privilege of reading all of your applications this year.
And I would like to emphasize as a teacher that the lot of you would impress anyone with your accomplishments, even without your diabetes, but having diabetes on top of that makes it all the more special.
Friends and loved ones, we see and celebrate you too. Without the support of our families, we would not be able to accomplish all that we have, so thank you for being there with the juice boxes, gummies, and the occasional nagging.
And to our donor partners, thank you for believing in these amazing individuals, for recognizing the work they have put into managing their health while accomplishing so much and helping them pursue their career goals with your support. And now let's get to what we are all here to do, celebrating the 2025 Diabetes Hope Scholarship recipients. Our first scholarship is presented on behalf of Oster Rubber to Kobe Nippard, joining us from Newfoundland. Kobe will be attending Memorial University in Newfoundland for a Bachelor's of Science degree.
The next recipient is from the Bulldogs Family and Friends Scholarship, and it's presented to Tyler Mathewson, joining us from Ontario. Tyler will be attending Trent University for their concurrent education program.
The DHF Alumni Legacy Scholarship is presented to Evan Valesgig, joining us from British Columbia. Evan will be studying kinesiology and business at Simon Fraser University. And Jake Duncan, joining us from Ontario. Jake will be attending North Bay Canadore campus for business.
The Dexcom Canada scholarships are presented to Ryan Peters, joining us from British Columbia. Ryan will be attending the University of Alberta to study biological sciences. And Elizabeth Peach, joining us from Manitoba. Elizabeth will be attending the University of Manitoba to study biology and health sciences. And to Chloe Staple, joining us from Nova Scotia. Chloe will be attending St. Mary University for a Bachelor of Commerce and is planning on majoring in marketing.
Next, the Jeremy and Judith Friedman Foundation Scholarship is presented to Kotaro Kawaya, joining us from British Columbia. Kotaro will be attending Simon Fraser University to study engineering.
The Harold Lusthouse Memorial Scholarship is presented to Sophia Trade, joining us from Ontario. Sophia will be attending Queen's University to obtain a degree in economics.
The Medtronic Canada scholarships are presented to Onwin Burgess, joining us from Nova Scotia. Onwin will be attending the University of British Columbia for a Bachelor of Science with the hopes of getting into the Cellular, Anatomical, and Physiological Science program in her second year. And Miriam Dabra, joining us from New Brunswick. Miriam will be attending the University of New Brunswick to pursue a degree in chemical engineering.
The Novo Nordisk scholarships are presented to Haley Rolfe, joining us from Newfoundland. Haley will be attending Memorial University to complete a degree in human biosciences. And to Filsan Ahmed, joining us from Ontario. Filsan will be attending Ottawa University, where she will pursue an honors Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry and a Bachelor of Applied Science in Chemical Engineering with the goal of becoming a pharmacologist.
Next, the Omnipod scholarships are presented to Cohen Campbell, joining us from British Columbia. Cohen will be attending Simon Fraser University to study business.
The Pasternak Family Scholarships is presented to Vlada Kovany, joining us from Quebec. Vlada will be attending McGill University, where she will be majoring in chemistry with the goal of pursuing a career in dentistry.
The Malcolm Perkins Memorial Scholarship is presented to Caleb Buffy, joining us from British Columbia. Caleb will be studying at the University of British Columbia, Okanagan for engineering.
The Sigalum Family Scholarship is presented to Logan Miller, joining us from Ontario. Logan will be attending the University of Toronto Mississauga campus in the Computer Science, Mathematics, and Statistics program.
The Walker Wood Foundation scholarships are presented to Jasmine Colomb, joining us from Newfoundland. Jasmine will be attending Memorial University of Newfoundland to study a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And Curtis Farrow, joining us from British Columbia. Curtis plans to become an electrician and will be going to school for My Electrical Foundation. And Addison Halleck, joining us from Saskatchewan, will be attending the University of Saskatchewan in the College of Agriculture. She plans to study food and nutrition and become a certified dietitian.
We'd also like to acknowledge the rest of this year's recipients across Canada. Congratulations to the 2025 Diabetes Hope Scholarship recipients. Please join us in celebrating all they've achieved.
Now you are all part of a very accomplished community. Make sure you are following your dreams and aspirations. They will be useful to you for the rest of your life. And my advice, when DHF comes knocking on your door with an opportunity to volunteer, don't say no. Have no boundaries. I couldn't say no, and now I'm on the board of directors after a couple of years. So give it a shot, and congratulations, everyone.
The next thing is I would like to welcome Fadima and Kyla, who will be sharing a little bit about their experiences navigating post-secondary with diabetes to hopefully put everyone's minds at ease, at least a little bit, about the next step in your academic journey.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kyla, and I'm taking a Bachelor of Science in Human Kinetics at the University of Ottawa, and I'll be entering my fourth and final year this fall. My plan after graduation is to do some traveling and hopefully begin physiotherapy or osteopathy school in the fall of 2026. I received my DHF scholarship in 2022 and have been involved as a mentor with the program since my second year at school. I would like to congratulate all of you on receiving your scholarship.
Hi everyone, my name is Fadima and I'm also at the University of Ottawa. I'm studying in the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I received my scholarship in 2023 but decided to take a gap year to make sure I had everything I needed before starting post-secondary. I remember reaching out to DHF to let them know I was planning on taking a gap year, and they were very understanding and even connected with me with an older alumni who could give me some insight into nursing. And that's when I started in school in 2024, and I was lucky to be matched with Kayla as my mentor.
Starting university is a big adjustment from high school for a lot of reasons, and adding diabetes into the mix adds a whole other layer to it. Fatima and I are here tonight to pass on some wisdom to help you navigate it all. So many things can impact your diabetes, like greater independence, living in residence like I did, and getting used to the dining hall food. On top of that, I chose a university far from my home in Manitoba, so when I first arrived in Ottawa, I didn't know anyone. My type 1 diabetes was impacted in both positive and negative ways. As many of you know, pretty much anything can affect blood sugar levels, and university life definitely does. A new routine, different foods, and maybe not exercising as regularly. All of these can throw things off. But once I settled into a routine, my blood sugars eventually became more stable.
Unlike Kayla, I didn't live in residence because my hometown is in Ottawa, but a lot of things changed for me as well. Commuting to school was a bigger challenge as well. In high school, my school was very close to me, so I usually got a quick ride with my siblings. But once I started school, I had to commute a lot longer and taking transit as well. So that meant taking a lot more snacks just for lows when because I was walking a lot too, and just for low carb snacks as well. On top of that, but eventually I did find a routine that did work for me, but it was very difficult at first. But like you'll get used to it in a while. I'll hand off to Kayla.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with Fatima. And make sure to give yourself some time to figure it all out. And remember that you will find balance again. Be kind to yourself through the process. And remember that there are resources and supports available to help you out. And I'll be honest, I didn't take full advantage of the resources available to me when I first started school. And looking back, I really wish I had. For example, I didn't even know that I was eligible for academic accommodations. And only now, entering my fourth year, I will be using them. I also never asked the dining hall for nutrition information for carb counting, but because I was diagnosed at the age of 3, it wasn't much of a problem, but it definitely could have made things easier. I highly recommend looking into these, especially because, in my experience at the U Ottawa Dining Hall, there are a lot of foods offered that I had never tried before and therefore didn't know how to count for them. One non-diabetes related resource that did make a huge difference in my academic success were the Calculus and Chemistry Help Centers. They're free, and every university and program is different, but they will likely offer something similar, and I do encourage you to check out what's offered. These centers are not only there to help you work through practice problems, but also to get a better understanding on difficult concepts in a way that makes them much easier to understand.
Finding support will really make your first year so much easier. I'm naturally someone who doesn't like to reach out for help, even scared to do so, and especially when I know I personally need it the most. But I did really appreciate having academic accommodations set in place. I've been living with diabetes for about 4 years now, but with the big change of starting university and commuting, I knew I'd be dealing with a lot of unexpected highs and lows that could impact my exams. Having accommodation just gave me that extra buffer time that I need just to correct and treat lows, and also just took some of that pressure off just took some of that pressure off during the exams. For anyone starting university, I'd really recommend you look into having accommodations. And even if you're not willing to use them, you know that you'll have them in place in case you do need them at the end of the day.
And it's also really important to remember that you don't have to do this journey alone. Mentoring Fatima this past year has been a very rewarding experience. It's been very wonderful to connect with someone who genuinely understands the daily challenges of living with type 1 diabetes. Sharing the knowledge and insights I've gained over the past 3 years at university has felt incredibly fulfilling. My hope is that it helps equip her with the tools and confidence to succeed not only academically, but also in managing her diabetes while navigating the ups and downs of university life.
Being mentored by Kayla this year has meant a lot to me. Coming to university, it's really easy to feel alone with diabetes. I remember sitting in class and having my sensor going off and felt like I was really alone at times. But remembering I have Kayla who understands where I'm coming from was really nice, and also it made you feel less alone as well because you know that you have someone else who also has diabetes and knows where you're coming from. And also, oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It was also a reminder that you know that you aren't the only person that has diabetes. There's a lot more people just like you out there.
And there's also lots of ways to find support on campus as well. In my second year, I joined the University of Ottawa Team Diabetes Club, and I regret not joining sooner. I'm very grateful I became a part of the group as it's helped me build meaningful connections with others who truly understand life with type 1 diabetes. It has also given me the opportunity to advocate for individuals living with all types of diabetes while raising funds to support the local diabetes community. So when you're ready, look out for a diabetes club on your campus and attend some of DHF's virtual events that bring clubs from across Canada together. It really does make a difference to connect with people who truly understand all that you are balancing.
We know that the next few months are going to be filled with excitement and joy and so much nerves as you get ready for the next stage in your life. And you're probably going to get a lot of advice from your school, your teachers, your neighbors, and from everyone else. But we wanted to share a little bit of advice as fellow type 1 diabetics to hopefully make it the transition a little bit easier.
We'll start with an easy one. A big change when starting university is losing access to a locker like you may have had in high school and having to walk farther across a much larger campus. Therefore, it's important to always carry snacks with you in case of lows. And for what might be the hardest ones, don't be afraid to tell your friends that you have type 1 diabetes. I hesitated at first, which surprised me because I'd never had an issue with it before, but looking back, I think I was worried about being judged, with which I now realize is a very unfair fear. And if someone does judge you for it, then it says more about them than it does about you, and it probably means that they're not the type of friend that you want anyways. And on that note, if you see someone with a pump, a Dexcom, or any other diabetes device, say hi. They might just turn out to be a lifelong friend you didn't know you were missing. And even if they don't become your best friend, chances are you'll still have a meaningful and positive conversation about something you both understand on a very deep level. Be sure to ask for help when you need it. That's exactly why all of these supports exist. If you don't already have a schedule, make one. It's a great way to stay organized and makes your weeks feel much more manageable. And finally, take your academics seriously, but don't forget to have fun and give yourself space to breathe. You've got this.
I absolutely agree with Kayla on all of this. And while it's easier to say this than actually do it, because it's so easy to overlook, don't forget to take care of yourself. Try to move and try to go use the school gym. It's helpful with not just your managing your diabetes, but also as your mental health. It's really important to schedule time to decompress. And what I mean by that is setting aside a couple of hours just for yourself, and or even a full day if you can, and do something that you really enjoy, whether that's going for a walk, checking out a new cafe that you've been dying to try, or whatever else helps you relax. It's super easy to get burnt out when you're trying to adjust to diabetes, school, and everything else that's going on. Essentially, be kind to yourself. It's a huge adjustment, and it takes a while to get to hang of things. I would like to also add that it's normal to have ups and downs while you're adjusting, and to give yourself grace. You will eventually learn around your new routine and make adjustments that can better support you. Just remember, there are people here to support you whenever you need it, and congratulations to all the recipients. I know you all worked hard to get to where you are, and wish you the best of luck on your new journey.
Thank you both for sharing your stories with us. You're both so inspiring. It's so nice to always hear about post-secondary tips from people who have that first-hand experience. For our final speaker of this evening, we're honored to have the Chair of Diabetes Hope Foundation's Board of Directors, Peter Adkins, here to share some final words of advice and encouragement.
Congratulations, everybody. I'm thrilled to death for you. And as Diabetes Hope Foundation has become a national organization, our reach has become so nationally scoped. And so the virtual ceremony is important for us. So we have an opportunity to present to you virtually, at least. So congratulations. My name is Peter Atkins. I am the chair of the board, the Diabetes Hope Foundation. I have been involved in this organization for a couple of decades now. And I will say the fact I'm still here is an indication that isn't so bad. So as has been suggested, we'd be thrilled to have you as a volunteer. Please consider staying involved with us. Consider joining our scholarship advisory committee. I am a member of the scholarship advisory committee. I read essays and applications every year. I find it very inspiring, very motivating. Every year, I typically like to move one aside and let my wife read it. And it takes her about 2 paragraphs in before she's bawling her eyes out at a story of perseverance and dedication to making this disease work and fulfilling dreams and objectives. So I encourage you to come be a part of it now that you are all recipients. I also am a type 1 diabetic. I have had diabetes since I was 14 years of age. And I know the road you've been down. I went away to university, and I know there's struggles that come with it. But I will say to you, first of all, you have lots of support. You have one another. You have your families. You have the Diabetes Hope Foundation. And if you have not yet seen our transition guide, the transition guide offers a lot of helpful tips about the school that you are going to and gives you some insight as to what is available. I have to congratulate Barbara. Barbara's dedication to this charity has caused it to grow into what it is today. And about a year and a half ago, I took over as chair of the board. And it's been an honor standing in that role. We've got to the point now, as Barbara said, we've handed out 989 scholarships now. Next year, we will be able to hand out our 1,000th. And that's a great milestone for us and for you and for this organization. We have quite a diverse group of individuals at our board table, but it sure is nice having a couple of endocrinologists sitting there as well to bring their perspective and their expertise and the perspective of a caregiver. And Dr. Simone has done a tremendous job with the Scholarship Review Committee. So I have to compliment him on such a great job. When I was diagnosed with diabetes, I faced a number of challenges that many of you will face in your life. People will say to you on occasion, you have diabetes, so you can't do something. I faced a number of obstacles, licensing obstacles. I wanted to be a scuba diver, athletics, and then ultimately I wanted to become a firefighter. And that was quite a challenge for me because at the time in Canada, people with diabetes were not hired to be operations firefighters. And I took on the city of Toronto, and it was quite a battle. But it is a good story that had a happy ending and a victory. And it's important that everybody here know that was just one of many battles that takes place to fight for the rights of young people with diabetes. And as a result of my victory, there was a collapse of rules in a whole number of professions about prohibiting young people with diabetes from pursuing certain careers and professions and certifications and things like this. I just want you to know that you can do anything you want to do. You want to be a firefighter, a police officer, you can be a pilot, you can take on all of these challenges. We have Dr. Bruce Perkins on our board reminded me the other day, he's a person with type 1 diabetes, and he is an endocrinologist. Barbara's son is a surgeon, and he has type 1 diabetes. It is limitless for you. You just need to be determined and persevere, and do not hesitate to ever reach out to us. We are thrilled to be able to lend assistance wherever we possibly can. I want to again congratulate you. I do hope you'll stay in touch with us. I read many of your applications, and you are a very qualified bunch of recipients, very deserving. And I will say on behalf of the board of directors and the Diabetes Hope Foundation, it is great to be a part of this organization and see the benefits that a scholarship program like this provides to people like you. And seeing you here tonight is a great moment for all of us. So congratulations. Now go make your mark on the world. I'll hand it over to Maddie.
Thank you so much. And also thank you to all of our phenomenal speakers today, to our generous sponsors, to the family and friends who have joined us in celebrating and supported us through all of the challenges, and most importantly, to the 2025 Diabetes Hope Scholarship recipients.